Welcome back to another episode of Heat Signature. Basically, this is part of a session that I recorded late September, and where I accidentally deleted the narration, but this will be the last video in that, so I'm just going to get the narration recorded after the fact, and then I can get it uploaded today, and because I have today off, so don't really have. It's one of the rare days where I don't actually have anything to do. I had yesterday off. I was fairly busy, so I didn't really do a whole lot. So let's see what's on this ship we're going on. So those guys, I think they have the glitch teleport, and that guy can detect anything within that circle. And there's 3 of them, so that makes it a bit harder. But it looks like I'm using my stealth shield to get past them, grabbing the key from that terminal. The only thing is that it ends you off down here, and it's kind of dead end. But I could probably take out that guy. Yep. He's down for the count. And now there's only 2 guys over there. So that's not as bad. I got my concussion gun. So before he even knows I'm here, take him out. That's probably going to set off an alarm though. So that's, unless, it looks like there's no, oh, that was, wow, yes, that happens, and it takes me by surprise sometimes. When they start blowing up parts of their ship, and you get ejected into space. But if nothing else, it looks like this ship doesn't have an alarm response. So that's pretty good. Because that means I don't have to worry about time limit, which is probably one of the hardest things on these ships. Is having to worry about, it getting to the station after a certain amount of time. So there's 2 guys in there. Clause failed, crew member killed. Oh, yeah, see, I didn't kill anybody. But because they blew a hole in the ship, it looks like someone else got sucked out. So this had a bloodless clause. So basically they didn't want me to kill anybody. But the problem is I didn't kill anybody. They killed somebody. And unfortunately I'm still getting punished for it. Which, something that I wouldn't mind if they would sort of make a change to that. Where, like, I don't know if the game could detect, like, okay, so you didn't kill anybody. But they did, and because of that, you're not going to lose the clause because you yourself didn't kill anybody. You cannot be responsible for shipmate on shipmate murders and or suicides because that's not really anything to do with you at all. So that would be a pretty cool addition, or sort of not addition, but a pretty cool update if they made it. I would. Like to see that. Not that it matters too much, because I guess you should be being careful and making sure that they're not blowing themselves away and stuff like that. And I guess if you really wanted the clause, every time there's an explosion, you pay attention and make sure to pick up anyone who came out. Oh yeah, that achievement I believe is because I used the long blade and the short blade. So now that I've just lost a bloodless clause, I'm like, whatever. I will. Not worry so much about killing people, but if you use the long blade and the short blade in quick succession, you get an achievement, and I believe that is what that achievement was. It was for doing that. I'm even just going to look it up here just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yep, you gotta do it within 1 second. You do the short blade and then the long blade within 1 second, starting with the short blade, and you get that achievement. So pretty good. At least that's the sort of upside of failing the clauses, that I don't have to worry about it, and then I can, and then I was able to kill those people. Sometimes there's something like that where I fail the clause and whatever. Like, if it's like a don't kill anyone clause, okay, I'm not going to kill anybody. If I do fail it, sometimes I'll just kill everybody. because I think that's the right thing to do, to be honest. If they're going to be jerks and blow themselves with the airlock, well, then they all deserve to die, in my own opinion. But I got the mission done. I'm not going to get the full pay because of the fact that, one or more people blew themselves out of the airlock. But ultimately, that is okay because I'm still going to get paid, and so that's not as much, but whatever. It's no big deal. Anyway, so mission complete. New liberation available, so there's that, at least. So liberations allow you to unlock stations, which will then let you buy better and better stuff, so it's kind of then you don't have to find it just on ships randomly. You can actually just make the money and go buy it, which is pretty good. Which makes me a little worried about, eventually if I, beat everything in this galaxy, about starting a new galaxy, because then I won't have any of that done. I'll have to go through it all again, and be a little tedious. I don't want to have to go through, which is why some games, have the new game plus mode, like the Arkham games, for example. Some of them where you can redo the game, and you'll totally have all your upgrades from the start. So you'll have like every upgrade you got throughout the story, and everyone that you bought in the upgrade menu. But also you have to face harder enemies, so they make it a little bit more challenging that way. So that's why they have that, because it would be kind of annoying and tedious to have to go through and get those upgrades again. So what do I end up getting? I don't know. Silenced guns. Very cool. And that's the liberation mission. You fly there and it's liberated. It kind of happens automatically. New client secured, the Enigma. Not to be confused with the Riddler. They are two different people in this particular case. But yeah, the Enigma, so he wants you to do silent, I think he wants you to do, he either wants no witnesses or no alarms. I don't remember which. I know it just sort of said, but I wasn't reading it. So no witnesses, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought it would be, because Enigma, they just don't want anyone to know who you were if you were there. So this is okay. So shields, I hate, because I think it's totally OP, and the other guy is the other thing. So apparently I'm taking it, even though I hate shields. I'm just not a fan of it, because if you can't find any crash beams or subverters, you're kind of screwed, or glitch traps. You're kind of screwed with respect to trying to take them out. I just don't like. I just don't like the shields. I don't like it. I mean, I don't mind the ones that go up when you are when they know you're there. But I mean, because that adds a nice challenge. I just don't like the ones that are always up, because it's kind of difficult. You got to worry about finding subverters and crash beams and glitch traps and such, or else you can't take them out. And then on ships where there's about 110 cards and they all have shields, it's like, well, and then you have a 30 seconds to get to the captain, and you gotta get a key off one of the guards. It's like, okay, I guess if you use the slipstream, that would probably help a lot. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of that, to be honest. So two guys in there with the heat signature thingy. There's also that guy over there who can come running. Looks like there's no clause on this particular mission, so that means that it can be done anyway. One way to do this would be to shoot one guy and then try to sword the other two, which I think is what I'm doing. Or nope, it looks like Okay, so it looks like I've drawn them out that way so I can get by them, even though they turned around and saw me, so that kind of sucks. So, yeah, there's quite a distance I'd have to get to the captain. Quite a distance, really, and so 35 seconds, I don't know if that's even doable, because I don't remember if I did it or not. But I have the key cloner, which should help, and I have the stealth shield, so I have the visitor. So let's see if this works. Let's see if I'm able to do this. Although, oh, he almost hit the thing, the little explosive. I don't even have explosives. Like, do you notice how stupid that is? Just like, you know, I mean, just, you know, like, oh yeah, well, I mean, let's just put our bombs. Like, it's not like it's a reactor that's like unstable, but they needed to power the ship. It's literally a couple of sticks of dynamite. Very, very powerful dynamite. And like, I don't know who says to themselves, we're just gonna put dynamite out here in the middle of the hall, you know, just for the lulz. And oh, he took a shot for his buddy. Well, good for him, I guess. You know, because I think I was trying to shoot the guy behind him, but he took the shot. So, cool, lifted his key. And trying to put down a glitch trap, it looks like, so that Shield Boy can go up to space if it gets even put. Which, why is it not? There we go. Oh, look at that near miss. And that's why glitch traps are so useful. Because it's like, well, guess what? Space doesn't care if you have a shield. Although, if you had a shield, you could keep oxygen in there, and then you could potentially live in space. Or that is survive space. Oh, that's great. There's just a turret blocking my way. I don't remember what I did, but I know I have crash beams, and that would be helpful. Or the stealth shield, I guess, would also work. And if I spammed that here, I could, okay, I see. Okay. I guess it almost would have been a strategy to pick him up, and then and then just go out that window there, which I could maybe do in the 10 seconds. You know what I mean? It just escape out that window, and then I wouldn't get captured. But anyways, there's no point because the captain's dead now. And so that means that the ship, you know, is not going to make it to the station because for whatever reason, once the captain dies, they don't bother going to the station anymore. I don't know precisely why, but I'm not going to argue with that too much. So, and the other thing too is like that means I have, you know, the time now to try to take out some of the other guys and see if there's any crates and stuff like that on the ship. So, you know, it works. It was kind of risky there at the turret, but turrets are also the greatest thing if you get subverters, because honestly, then the turrets become overpowered on your side. Like, I kind of think there should be a limited amount of charge. Like, if you hack a turret with the subverter, there should be a limited amount of uses before it either gets disabled or turns back to being on the enemy side, or else the enemy should have a way to sort of reclaim it. I do think it's fairly overpowered. Sometimes if you can get the turret on your side, and then you can just start funneling all the enemies to where the turret is facing, and it will just tear through them, and there's nothing they can do about it. I think that's OP too. You know, I think, because it's showing deactivate sentry turret there, I don't think you can do it when it belongs, or, wait, no, never mind. I just realized what I was about to say would have been wrong. I'm wondering, why didn't I actually deactivate the turret? I don't think I realized. I don't think I realized when I was playing that it said that you could deactivate the turret. That would be a pretty helpful thing to be able to do that. But yeah, that would be. I mean, with being able to deactivate the turret, it would be kind of cool. Or even if like the enemies could deactivate the turret with the whole thing about if you subvert it, like even if they, and that's probably the worst place to leave him. He's liable to get crushed by the door. Although actually that could be a good way to keep doors open. It's just like leave bodies on them so that they don't close. But even if just like the enemies could take out the turrets and had like good enough AI to say to themselves, hey, let's not run into the turret, or let's wait till it's facing the other way, like stuff like that. Just so that it wouldn't feel as OP when you're able to hack one in certain situations where it feels kind of overpowered on your half. That's one of the things with this game is just the balancing. Just sometimes I think it's sort of OP on on the side of the NPCs, and then it's and then sometimes it's OP on sort of weighted to your side. So just stuff like that I think could get changed, because when you get your hands on a shield, that becomes pretty OP itself, to be honest. I mean, just shields in general are kind of the worst, which sort of a simple fix would be to have a how do you say, have, I completely got distracted from what I was saying. I just completely forgot what I was going to say. But the other thing you can do, and I don't know if this is what I'm going to do here, but the other thing you can do against shield guys is blow parts of the ship out on them, potentially. But like just for the shields, have like shield penetrating weapons, or like just like and let the grenade launchers deal damage against them would be, I think, a great way to, because then you wouldn't be invincible under that shield, because you can basically just throw the shield up and you're invincible, and there's absolutely nothing they can do to you, and it works the other way. So yeah, that's my thoughts on shields. You might, as I play through this game, you might hear me complain about the balance of some stuff a little bit, but I mean, I still like the game a lot. Like, there's some stuff I think that could be made better, but I still like the balance of the game a lot. Or sorry, I like the game overall a lot. So, oh, that worked out well. Ship secured. There's a big hole there, but ultimately that hole served a good purpose. So, yeah, I mean, that's one way to deal with guys with shields. I wonder if you can get the, because it's in one of the effector missions, like this quick charge shield, which basically, because some stuff, like rechargeable stuff, you have to go back to the station to recharge, and you can do that mid-mission anyways. Like, so if you're able to avoid setting off any alarms, or else if you're able to take out the captain, and as long as there's no time limit. So, like, because if there's a time limit, if there's a time limit, you'll have to take out the captain. But like, so either if there's no time limit and you avoid alarms, or else if you set off an alarm, or else if there's a time limit, but you take out the captain, you can just head back to the station repeatedly and recharge your stuff. But if you get like a quick charge that actually charges on the fly for either a glitch trap or a shield, then you're just like, well, actually, if you got both, there'd be no stopping you. But I think they at least had that for shields, maybe for glitch trap as well, in one of the defector missions. I wonder if you can eventually even buy that from the stations, because if you had that, like, you could basically go through any situation at all, because I don't think there's anyone who has immunity to glitch traps, and I don't think there's any guards running around with subverters or crash beams. Maybe there are, but I don't think so. I also know with crash beams, I don't know if this actually got recorded, but I think they would set off like explosives or something, or they would set off explosives, or else they would make guards suspicious or something like that. I forget what it is, but they did something weird like that, but it got fixed. So whatever it was, it's okay. I'm even just going to. Oh yeah, here it is. It says here, fixed crash beam / subverters sometimes causing guards to panic. And that was in a patch that came out Saturday. So yeah, actually I had that happen to me and it was a little annoying. But they fixed it, so that's good. I'm happy for that. Oh yeah, this was just, I was trying to figure out what glitch trap I wanted, the rechargeable high capacity or the rechargeable extreme range. So the high capacity can be used more often, but the extreme range, can throw them further, so it can be more useful in that respect. But I think ultimately like high capacity is better because you're more likely to run into a case where you need to use it more often than a case where you need to shoot them further. In my own opinion, that would be more helpful. But just checking out the stores. Silenced quickfire shotgun is pretty good. It's a pretty helpful thing, to be honest. Because it shoots a long range of pellets. Like you one shot, you can clear a room basically, and unless it's quiet, no one will hear you. So that's a pretty good weapon to have, as long as you don't have a bloodless class, because then you would want a concussion shotgun, I suppose. You kind of have to be careful with hitting hitting the explosives they leave lying around. So yeah, so mission details. Looks like there's armored guards in this one. Armored guards, the thing about them is you need basically special armor-piercing weapons to take them down. So that makes them a bit more difficult. Once you get that kit, you're laughing because they're not really hard once you have a kit that can take them down just like anyone else. However, and I accepted it. That was maybe a bad idea. I'll bet you anything I don't succeed. There's no way. There's no way with the armored guards. I have no way to actually deal with armored guards at all. So I doubt I was able to succeed here. Yeah, it's not happening. I am going to assume that I get on the ship and go, oh, that's a lot of armored guards, and run away. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen. But you can just see here. I'm just going to dock up with it. And the thing is, too, is like it's not like it has like some of the ships, even if you don't set up an alarm, they have a timer. This one doesn't have that, but if I do set up the alarm, it's like 40 seconds or something, which is kind of not a lot of time to make it. And I think, like I said, I don't think I realized during this session that you could actually turn off the sentry guns just by walking up to them, which I'm pretty sure I saw a prompt for that in one of the last missions I did. So, that knowledge would make it a lot easier to go through, but I don't think I had that, so that's something. Looks like I just walked by it. These guys can glitch teleport, so they can if they see you, they can get pretty close to you, or if they hear a noise, they can get pretty close to you pretty fast, and that can either help or it can be hard to deal with, because it can be a good way to get guards close to you without them being suspicious. or without them being able to yell intruder. But you see here, like there's just 3 guards instantly on me, and so that can be kind of, I don't really have, like everything's charging right now. So, although I think the best thing, I try to use the gun, but I think the best thing would have been just to have tried to use the sword. I think that would have charged a little bit better, a little bit faster, and that would have been better. Oh, and I bled to death in space because what happened before was I had 0 seconds of injury time left, and it does not recharge. So that character's dead. Which means I can't rescue whoever the other guy is. But my Steam friends could. But none of my Steam friends have this game. So that's a little bit less doable than it might sound. So who am I going to choose? That guy has a short blade and a shotgun. Not a half bad, starting kit. I don't know. I must have been talking about something here, which is why I wasn't doing anything for 15 seconds. So they have a long blade. Okay, grenade launcher. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, long blade and quiet gun. It's pretty good. Then a gun and a rechargeable visitor. So, who do I choose? I chose that person who had the grenade launcher, which restocks. So, yeah, why not? Checking the stores, even though I can't afford anything. Also, back here in real life, I'm getting pretty hungry. I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to get hungry. I'm gonna need a sandwich when this is done, which is good. There's only 4 minutes left in this video, so I can get a sandwich afterwards. So that's okay. That's my pod. Looks pretty cool. Going off to steal some stuff. 3 minutes left, give or take. So I don't know how far we get in these 3 minutes. I don't know if I was actually able to steal it or if I fail, and that's why there's so little time left on the clock or what. But I assume this is probably the last mission that gets done in this video. So let's see how it goes. It's not a very big ship, in all fairness. So if I can dock with it. So this thing to steal is actually right there. This would be, oh, well, I just saw because I was being completely careless, but this would be a pretty good mission to do. There's an achievement for stealing where no one can see you and you can't harm anybody. So it's not just that you can't just not kill anybody. You can't hurt anybody at all. So this would be a pretty good mission for that. See, those people I killed, and then the captain, all this was completely unnecessary. And I just threw a grenade at him for some reason that, just because I thought it was fun, I guess. There's no actual practicality to it. But just for the fact that, now there's not a hole in the ship, but I don't know. Probably the walls are going to be sort of, blackened a bit, a little bit charred maybe. The room's not going to look as nice. There's just going to be body parts floating all over it. Someone's going to have to clean it up, which is, there is that game, what's it called, Visceral Cleaning or something like that. Yeah, someone in the Visceral Cleaning group is probably going to have to clean it. I haven't played that. I don't know what it's, if it's any good or not, but I think a lot of people like it anyway. And I really have it, they have it for, Shadow Warrior, and I think there's a Christmas edition, and so it's a decent idea at least. I just haven't played it myself. I don't think it would be something I'd be into, but yeah, they get to clean it up, so good for them. So there's about 30 seconds left on the clock. So I just want to say, if you did watch this video, it's longer, so I don't expect maybe people to watch all of it, but if you watched even 5 minutes of it, I thank you for that. And if you like the 5 minutes you saw, give it a like, whatever. It's free, it doesn't cost anything, it's just basically no effort. And beyond that, just have a great rest of your day.